Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat, the designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Chicago Bulls Breeze. I almost said the Windy City Breeze, just realized I didn't change the background. But y'all know what it is, man. Chicago Bulls Breeze, we're rocking with all Chicago sports here. It's the only channel talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you stay in tune with us, man. And you know what? I'm here to do something that I should have done, and I feel like I have done. I'm not going to lie to you, but it has to be, for me, it's about making the statement emphatically, making the statement 110%. There's no questions about the statement. There is no difference in the statement. There is no confusion in the statement. And that is why I'm here today. Nothing long. Just wanted to make sure we dropped on the Chicago Bulls Breeze. By the way, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. If you are watching on the Twitter side, come over to the YouTube side and hit the subscribe button. Head back over to the Twitter side and then hit that retweet button. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always, man. The Chicago Bulls made a trade that I was critical of early on in the season because, to me, when you have a player that you cannot play in the fourth quarter of games, when you have a player that is as bad as Caruso was defensively early on, that you cannot find a way to utilize him, who is a 22-year-old player who does have a lot of upside to him, but where all of those confusing parts come in. And then you let a trade deadline pass where teams are willing to offer you a first-round pick for them. I came on here, and I feel like rightfully so at that time, and said that the Chicago Bulls were out of their minds for not trading Alex Caruso. Now, I'm sorry, I said Alex Caruso, for not trading Josh Giddey. Now, since the All-Star break, Josh Giddey has been a top 10 type of point guard. He has scored the basketball at a 22.9% clip. He has consistently found his teammates open. He has consistently been able to get to the boards and rebound. He's forced his way to the free throw line a number of times here. Josh Giddey has proven, without a shadow of a doubt, that Arturas Karnisovas did, in fact, win the Alex Caruso trade. And I can admit when I am wrong. Josh Giddey, I apologize. I was unfamiliar with your game. Now, granted, at the time when I made these comments, Josh Giddey was not getting played in the fourth quarter of games. Josh Giddey was not the player that he is right now. He was not shooting the ball confidently. He was not getting to the hole. He was not getting to the free throw line, all of that. But all that being said, AK trusted that this young man was going to go out there and finally show, once you moved on from some of the pieces that were on this team, once you got some of the pieces who may have been in the way off of this team, to finally show, hey, we've got this guy, and he's going to show you everything that he can do. And you want to know what? Josh Giddey did, and I have to give him credit for that. And I think that's the part of this that, to me, I really want to be taken away. Listen, I can admit when I'm wrong, but Josh Giddey is the one that proved me wrong. And I think that's where, to me as a Bulls fan, I love when the players on our team prove me wrong. And to me, when you talk about somebody who is impacting the game, who is stepping up when Kobe White is taking steps back in moments of the game, right? Last game, Kobe White in the second half of the game shot horribly. Josh Giddey picked up the slack, made 16 points in the second half. When you have a player who is doing that on a day in and day out basis, and you want to know what the one thing that really stood out to me about Josh Giddey that I have continued to talk about ad nauseum with his game, and like this video if you agree, I could care less about the offensive numbers. There's a lot of people that only care about the offensive numbers. I could care less about the offensive numbers. Honestly. Listen, I could find a dude that could pass the basketball and score. Right? What I can't find And hold on, I got to address this. We're not going to do this cap right here. Josh Giddey is better than Russell Westbrook when he was getting up triple doubles left and right in his prime. Cap. Let's not do that. We're not going to slander Russ. Russ a Hall of Famer. Russ a dog. Josh Giddey's nowhere near that. Let's get Josh Giddey to that point before we say that. Calm down. They're happy. I get the excitement, but calm down there, my boy. The thing for me that stands out with Josh Giddey's game is the fact that he is taking the defensive side of the basketball seriously. The thing that stands out for me with Josh Giddey's game is the fact that he is taking the defensive side of the basketball so seriously that the rest of the team is looking at him and going, "Hey, my boy, you up in the game like that? Bet we up in the game like that." Kobe White is playing better defense. The team as a whole in the second half of the season, or since the All-Star break, second half of the season, is playing some of the best defense, top 10 in defensive metrics, top 10 in offensive metrics. The offense I knew he could put up. I knew he could pass. I knew he could score. My biggest issue was he wasn't giving me anything that I couldn't get from anybody else before the All-Star break. Since the All-Star break has gotten here, come and gone. Josh Giddey is, in fact, giving me things that you're not getting from every day in and day out point guards. Josh Giddey is giving you steals. He's giving you double doubles. He's giving you triple doubles with 8 steals. He's almost giving you quadruple doubles. How he has changed his game defensively, I don't know whether to credit it to him or to Billy Donovan, but how he has gone. And again, I'm not sitting here telling you that he is Alex Caruso, because that is the crux of this video, right? Did the Bulls win this trade? The Chicago Bulls, to me, absolutely won this trade, because what Josh Giddey is giving you on the defensive end is manageable. And I think his leadership and how he is playing is elevating everyone else's game. But what he's giving you on the offensive end is outweighing what Alex Caruso gave you just on the defensive end with some of the offense that he did give you. As a total player, to me, Alex Caruso is a great player. Do not misconstrue my words. Do not feel like I am telling you that this is a Alex Caruso slander video. It is not. I love what AC brings to the table. But as a total player, at 22 years old, who is still learning, who is still growing, who is still figuring out, who is still understanding how to shoot his 3-ball, who is adding things to his game every single year, Josh Giddey is exactly what Chicago Bulls fans should be looking for. And just in this specific area, you can say that the Chicago Bulls have absolutely won the Alex Caruso trade. Now, that's tough for some people because they still go in and look at it and they want everything that AK has ever done to be a mistake and to be wrong. And, hey, we hate this guy. We don't want him to be our GM. We want this to not exist. Yada, 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 yada. Everything happens. They're fine. That's fine. You're not a fan of AK. I get it. I feel like AK has effed up a lot of stuff too. I think he waited too long to make the trade for Alex Caruso. And because of that, you didn't get a better haul than what maybe Josh Giddey could have been, because you could have had draft capital that put you in a better position here. You didn't go out there and you didn't get you didn't move Zach LaVine in a quick enough time. You could have had first-round picks. You could have had RJ Barrett. You could have had all of these pieces here in Chicago that I think would have made a bigger impact than maybe just what Josh Giddey is doing on his own. But I can't deal in where you effed up already. I can only deal in where we're at right now. And where we're at right now, the Chicago Bulls are in a much better position moving forward, having to pay Josh Giddey, who, by the way, I think Bulls fans don't think that we have cap space. Y'all know that, like, we can pay a lot of money to Giddey, Kobe, and Ayo and still have $55 million. I think if we went out and paid each of them $30 million, we could still have $55 million left. And the salary cap just went up in the NBA. So keep all of that in mind. But to me, the conversation around, is Josh Giddey the answer? Is Josh Giddey good? Is Josh Giddey a win for Arturas Karnisovas? It's a clear win, even with all of the struggles that AK has had in the past. It's a clear win. Now, do I still think AK has made some mistakes? Sure. But if you're telling me you're starting from Giddey, Modest, Kobe, I've seen teams start with worse. The big questions you have to answer is Kobe White's month of March just a fluke? The big questions that you have to answer are, will Modest Buzelis be able to do what he's doing on a more consistent basis once he's kind of through the rookie wall and different things heading into his second season? Or is there going to be a little bit of a sophomore slump, which could come there? I mean, is he going to find his three ball? Is he going to figure some things out? The thing that I love about the Modest situation is Modest is here. He is from Hinsdale. So this kid is going home every night. He's living in the area. He's not going anywhere. He's going to get a full offseason to work with Peter Patton. I think that's going to help his three ball tremendously. I think Josh Giddey probably ends up going to play some Australia ball this year, and that's going to help him tremendously this offseason as well. To me, like, the Bulls are in just such a great position right now with the young talent that they have. And I understand you want to tank, you want Cooper Flagg, you want this, you want that. That's not the route that the Bulls are going. Billy Donovan talked about that today on 670 to Score, that listen, you want to go out there and you want to compete. And he feels like it does more damage to a young team that sits there and tries to lose than a young team that goes out there and tries to win every night. I agree with that. Doesn't mean there's not mistakes. Doesn't mean there's not more that AK needs to do. But just as far as the young core that you have right now, if you're telling me Modest Buzelis in his rookie year putting up 30 points a game, in some of it, and I shouldn't say 30 points a game. That's cap right there. But just had his career high of 30 points, has had 22, has had 25, has been scoring at a high clip. If you're telling me that Josh Giddey, who has been playing at an unbelievable level, if you're telling me that Kobe White, who has finally refound himself in all of this offensive up and down that he's been through, all of that is happening right after you've kind of gotten some of the old garb out of the way, and these guys are just going out there and having an ability to play basketball, I would tell you that probably makes sense. I would tell you that makes sense for who the Chicago Bulls are trying to be and who they are right now. Like the video if you agree. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Mario said, Pat, what's good, fam? I'm a fan of both. Loved AC, what AC provided for us, but Giddey has a higher ceiling than AC, and the way he is controlling the tempo of the game is pretty impressive to see. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Listen, like, to me, Josh Giddey is becoming the everyman's whatever you need him to be. You need the facilitating, got you. I can hit you on the cut. You run with me, I can get you 10 points. You need the jump shot, I'm starting to add that too as well. I can knock down the clutch three. You need the layup and through contact. I don't know how he's doing it, but it's like back to the basket, just throwing that thing up there. I mean, like, that is something that it feels like that Josh Giddey is perfecting out here. You need the rebounding. Hey, I'm doing that anyway. I'm 6'9", 6'10", might as well get down there, right? Like, to me, there is, I like that name, Rob. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Australian Army knife, whatever you need him to be. Whatever you need him to be, that's what he can do. And I think for that reason, I feel like the Bulls are in a better situation than if you had kept Alex Caruso, who I love, who I'm excited to see go to the playoffs this year. I hope that he goes out there and OKC dominates and wins an NBA championship. Get Caruso another ring. But if we're being real about where we were at with Caruso's the one that went on TNT, and when they asked him, hey, what are you going to go to another team? Is there some other aspects in your game that you want to explore somewhere else? Yada, yada, yada. All he said was, yeah, right now I'm a Chicago Bull. That's not a glowing indictment of the team that you're on currently. And so for me, I think, listen, if you can get something of this ilk, if you can get something like this young man back and Josh Giddey, who's doing it on both ends right now, I think you're in a great position if you're the Chicago Bulls. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below, man. I'll be down to talk with you guys as well. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review if you are listening on the podcast side. All Chicago Bulls Breeze podcasts are posted under the Windy City Breeze, so tap in with us there on the Windy City Breeze. Just search on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, the Windy City Breeze, and you can catch the podcast over there as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat, the designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. See you right, Nation. Stand up. Peace.